Disclaimer 1. I don't own a Tesla, so I'm not going to praise Tesla because I was stupid enough to buy one for around $95,000. Seen so many of these wealthy Tesla owners telling everyone it's the best car and better than other cars just because they bought one with no solid proof that it's better than a regular vehicle. It's never going to be equal to a sports car, but it may be better than your grandmother's 20-year-old car. Anyway, what do you expect to hear from such idiotic owners that they hate the car they just purchased for $95K? Telsa is a forklift-type vehicle where someone took a forklift and shaped it into a car by adding a forklift battery to a vehicle suspension framework system. Forklifts run on batteries and weigh nearly 5,000 pounds like the Tesla. You have to keep charging a forklift even though it has a huge battery that weighs around 4,000 pounds. A forklift battery only lasts 5 years and can easily be damaged during charging if it's drained too much or if you charge it half full, so I'm certain that's how electric car batteries like the Telsa's battery works. And I don't need to drive one to know what my problem with it is. If you're looking for a car to babysit you while you drive, then Telsa would be a great vehicle for you. Most Tesla owners are old elderly men, mid-age motherly type females and geeky sissy men who take no pride in driving a car. These geeky men have poor driving skills, driving too slow on highways, and they don't appreciate driving a vehicle and see it as chore or like being the king of the road while being the skillful daredevil fast driver. You either love driving a vehicle or you hate it. In that case, get yourself a chauffeur luxury car driver or ask your grandmother or mom to drive you around, because that's the type of attitude you're showing towards being a driver when you're asking for a car to drive you around. Disclaimer 2. I could not care less for luxury and automatic safety. I like sporty car driving, no bells and whistles. If I ever own a car that attempts to drive itself, or chastises me for moving onto the adjacent lane or tailgating, I will do everything in my power to disable all that, sell the damn car, or destroy it with a sledgehammer. Disclaimer 3. I care about the environment, enough to know that there's a whole lot to do to make a sizable dent on the consumption of fossil fuel. Yes, I know internal combustion engines are bad. Now, according to the following reference, fuels and energy independence, personal cars in the USA account for 0.7x 0.65x 0.6 equals 0.27, 27% of total oil consumption in the country. So, if every one of us threw out our gas-powered cars and drove an electric, fossil fuel consumption would only go down by 27%, and that does not even account for the extra energy, God knows its source, needed to recharge our electrics. Not quite solving the issue for good. All of these wealthy Tesla owners own about 3 vehicles, usually a gas-guzzling SUV, so enough with the environmental bullshit ideology. They want to show off and act as if they are so wealthy, but if they were so wealthy they would have a limo chauffeur driving them around in the first place. That said, Teslas are heavy. And how could they not be? Electric batteries have always been heavy, and all the progress in reliability and safety has had little or no impact on weight. A Tesla Model S with the best batteries has a base curb weight of 4,941 pounds, my damn Chevy Express 1,500 van, a truck-based metal box used to transport heavy stuff or drive retired elders to church, weighs 5,504 pounds, barely 10% more than the Tesla. But aren't Teslas super fast, you might say? Yes, but only while accelerating on a straight line. Weight affects braking and turning, and there's nothing technology can do to help it. To put things in perspective, a BMW 528i, a sedan with very similar overall dimensions, weighs a nimble 3,814 pounds. That's roughly 20% lighter than the Tesla S. And it costs about half. $50,000 for the Beamer versus $94,000 for the Model S with the 100D batteries, without the performance mods that take it to a whopping $133,000. Of course, nothing of this matters if you only want to cruise at 60 miles per hour. Which you can do in a goddamn Yugo anyway. So you bought a Tesla because you fell for its advertisement gimmicks and because buying a Tesla is in trend to buy if you have the money to waste, but in the end it's just an overpriced piece of shit that runs on a battery that is used by forklifts. It's not a top-of-the-line vehicle, and just because it uses a battery doesn't mean it's better than a gas-powered vehicle. Tesla vehicles will never outperform a sports car like a Corvette. If you are looking for speed, maneuverability, and fuel economy, you better buy an expensive sports car.